The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 9th Chapter, text number 7, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 14th of February, 1976, in Mayapur, India.
Translation. Prahlada Maharaj thus fixed up in his mind with full attention the mind and sight, everything was placed in complete trance. Thus, on account of love, he began to offer his prayer in faltering voice.
Astosi dharime kadya manasasu samadha prema gadgadaya vacha tannasta hridayekshana. This is gradual progress of spiritual mind. And this stage is called prema. Prema gadgadaya vacha. So, we have to make progress as it is exemplified by Prahlada Maharaja. Adu Gudbasram Sadharma Prichya Sadhu Marganu Gamanam. The first business is Adu, in the beginning. Gudbasram. Gudbasram means to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Adu Gudbasram. And this takes place when there is Shraddha. Just like in this meeting, persons who have got little faith, they can sit down and hear. This is called Shraddha. And the higher stage of Shraddha is to completely accept the instructions of Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is higher stage of Shraddha. In the lower stage, little faith. So here is something going on about Krishna. Let us sit down and hear. This is Kanishta Shraddha. And this Shraddha, faith, has to be increased. That ultimately, in the mature stage of Shraddha, faith, that is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shraddha Shabdi Visya Sudhira Nishcha Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Kritaha. This is Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde, the Shraddha faith means Sudhira Nishcha. Shraddha Shabde Visya. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam bhaja. Aham tva sarva papibhyo mokshishyami. This is called faith. Yes, Krishna says that simply by surrendering at his lotus feet, one becomes immediately a liberated person. Krishna says that. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam bhaja. Aham tva sarva papibhyo mokshishyami. It's like if I offer you that if you do this work, I shall give you immediately 50,000 rupees. So, who will believe me? This man is a beggar, sannyasi, how will give 50,000 rupees? So there is no Shraddha. But we cannot do so with reference to Krishna. When Krishna says, Aham tva sarva papibhyo mokshishyami, that is a fact. That is not a bogus promise. Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all-powerful, whatever he likes, he can do. And this is called faith. So after reading Bhagavad Gita, if one does not get this faith in Krishna, then it is useless waste of time. There are many so-called scholars, politicians, they declare that I read Bhagavad Gita daily, 3 times, but the result is no faith in Krishna. This is called useless waste of time. If you do not get the faith which is required by studying Bhagavad Gita is the ABCD reading for understanding God. That is ABCD. So if you do not understand in the ABCD, how he will advance in higher studies? That is not possible. So, even we cannot understand Bhagavad Gita, the ABCD. Krishna says one thing and the interpretation in a different way. Krishna says, Aham adirhi devana matta sarvam pravartate. They do not believe it. The samayeva hi kevalam. To such persons, the Bhagavad says, Dharmasyanustita pumsan vishapsena katha sujjat notpadayat rating jadi samayeva hi kevalam. You are very religious, performing the ritualistic ceremony very nicely, going to the Ganges and taking your bath and dharmasyanustita pumsan. Very rightly you are executing your religious principle and coming at home, you are reading Bhagavad Gita, but you have no faith in Krishna. That is useless time, useless question. This Bhagavad. Samayeva hi kevalam. So this why this happens? Because these people do not approach the right person. Guru, Adu Gudbhat. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visited by many learned Brahmins when he was at Puri, Jagannath Puri. So, one learned Brahmin, he wrote some poems about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many Brahmins who are coming, but all such reading matter, first it was to be tasted by secretary Sarup Dam. If Sarup Damodar would pass, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will hear. Otherwise, why should he waste his time? Somehow pause writing. So one Brahmin, he wrote something about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and came to recite before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sarup Damodar found many mistakes in that poem. So he did not allow him. You do not know how to present theistic literature. You cannot see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He chastised him about the mistake. So, to write theistic literature is not to be done by any ordinary man. It is not, because they do not know. So we should not read any literature which is not presented by a bona fide Vaishnava. It has been forbidden by Sanatana Goswami. Avaishnava mukhadina puto hari kathamritam savanam na tattvam. He said, Sanatana Goswami is our guide, Acharya. His warning is that if a person is not Vaishnava, don't hear anything nonsense from him. That is Indian. Don't hear. This is very rigidly to be followed. Avaishnava mukhadina Puto hari kathamritam savanam na kartabam sarpachishtu payojatha. One can argue, no, we can hear Hari Katha from any person, he may be Vaishnava or not Vaishnava, what is the matter? But Sadhana says no. Now why it is no? Because it is like sarpachishta payojatha. Milk is very good, nice food, everyone knows. But if the milk is touched by the leaves of a snake, it is not to be touched. It is not to be touched. It has become perfect. Very good example. Similarly, if we do not hear from the right person any Vedic literature, especially Bhagavad Gita, because that is the beginning, the sarpachishta payojata. He may be very big scholar, but because he is a Vaishnava, not devotee, it has become poison. In our country, we have got so many editions, not only in country, outside the country also. In your country, there are so many hodgepodge interpretations of Bhagavad Gita, and they are being read and being used for the last 200 years ago. But there was no effective result. It could not act. But as soon as this Bhagavad Gita as it is, we are presented and you are reading, so many thousands, you are becoming devotee. So therefore, this process, Prahlada Maharaja is demonstrating by his personal behavior, because he is Mahajan. He is Mahajan. Out of the 12 Mahajans, the Shastra says, Mahajana jena gatasya pantha. One has to follow the Mahajan, authorized person. Mahajan means authorized person. Ordinary John, common man. And Mahajan means authorized person. We cannot take lesson, instruction from unauthorized person. This authorization must come through the disciplic succession. If the spiritual master, authorized spiritual master says, you do this, that we have to do. That we are singing daily. Guru mukha padma bhakta chittete koriya oikko. Arana koriya mone ao. This is the process. And if I think that I am more intelligent than my Guru, first of all, Guru must be bona fide, not a bogus Guru. The Guru, as specified by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is not very difficult. Who is Guru? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Amar aggaye Guru haiya taro eide, jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. He is Guru. One who is strictly following the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after following him, he is just delivering the instruction as Krishna has said. Then you become Guru. It is not difficult. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ordered everyone. The our process is to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then try to understand Krishna's instruction. Just like here in our temple, first of all, there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Through his mercy, we are trying to understand Radha Krishna. You cannot understand Radha Krishna directly. That is not possible. That will be like that. Sarpachishta payojatha. Milk touched by the leaves of snake. There are so many Bhagavad reciters in India. They jump over to the Rasa. Without understanding Krishna through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Narottam Das Thakur has sung, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoive Akuti, Pabe Hama Buja Vase Jugala Piriti. Don't try to understand Jugala Piriti, Radha Krishna's love, abruptly. It is foolishness. You'll misunderstand. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur, he said, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoive Akuti. Rupa, beginning from Rupa Goswami up to Raghunath Das Goswami, 6 Goswami. Sirup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Sijiv Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. 6 Goswami. So Narottam Das, Rupa Raghunath, beginning from Rupa to Raghunath Das. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoive Akuti, Pabe Hama Bujava. Don't try to understand Radha Krishna love without going through the instruction of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Dasa Goswami. That is it. So we see practically how Prahlada Maharaj immediately attained the stage of prema. Here it is said, prema gadagadaya vacha. Prema, that prema is not this prema. The lusty desire, that is not prema. Prema, one has to love, one has to go through the discipling or discipline to attain the stage of prema. As Prahlada Maharaj said, he first of all followed the instruction of Brahma, then immediately he got the favor of Lord Nrsimhadeva. And after getting that, he got the prema stage. You cannot go immediately to the prema stage. That is also Rupa Raghunatha Pade, Rupa Goswami has said. The second angle, the Adau Sadhya, Tatu Sadhu Sangha, Ato Bhajana Kriya, Tatu Anartha Nimitti Syat, Tatu Nishtha, Tatu Ruchi, Tatha Shakti, Tatu Bhava, Sadhukanam Ayam Prema, Pradubhavi Bhavatukam. These are the krama. You cannot get prema state artificially crying, falling down, and then smoking bidi. This is not prema. Prema you have to learn by the karma pantha. That karma pantha is the same, adau sadhya. Adau sadhya. Sadhya means faith. Yes, Krishna says that sarva dhamman parityaja mamekam. It is right. This is faith. This is the beginning of faith. Now, to keep the faith or to increase the faith, you have to live with faithful servants of Krishna. Thank you very much.